Happy birthday!
Oh, she's 92. Mo said 92.
Just being honest.
I get younger and more pretty every day. I'm so pretty. I must be the greatest. Why was that hilarious, Karen? I haven't heard you laugh once. She hadn't even smiled yet. That she found hilarious.
She's trying to swallow the
Sometimes
cup.
it's a little thing.
We're up and running on the deal. Brian and Claire and Madison and those folks. Awesome. All right. Deep breath. Deep breath. Stay with me now. All right. I want everybody to participate with me now. Smile as big as you can for 10 seconds. Fake it. Oh, I have a smile. I'm only at 4 seconds. We're only halfway there right now.
It's stuck.
All right, this is going to be harder. This is going to be harder. We're going up levels of difficulty. 5 seconds now. Laugh. Fake. Laugh. That's hilarious. So funny. All right, stop. Now, be aware. How do you feel? Is it different? Is it not different? Doesn't matter. Just be aware. How do you feel? Not once ever have I stopped and made myself smile for 10 seconds, no matter how I was feeling before, and then feel a little better at the end of that 10 seconds. Being aware of it is the next step, right? We talk about our attention and our intention all the time. Guys, it is your currency. Money isn't even a real thing. The real currency is your attention and your intention. It's why Facebook and Instagram are free. Because if you're not paying for something, you're the thing being sold. Okay? Your attention and your intention. How can we grab it? How can we keep it? How can we direct it? Because there's all the energy. Well, if you're aware of that, then keep your energy and place it in places that are going to make you better and feel better and become more. Yes? All right. Feel good. Kenny, Crystal, and Karen, all over 3K AEP going into Wednesday. Very good job. And Karen leading the way at 3,800. Maybe that's why she was smiling.
I didn't even know that, but thank you.
If you don't know,
Now you know.
Karen.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you for whooping everybody's ass. So I had some good conversation. I had a real great conversation this morning with Ansel, and it helped me with a couple of things that I wanted to talk about today, but to put in perspective for all of us. And it brought me to the intention and the attention thing. And we do a lot of different little exercises and things in these meetings because it's very, very important to me that you guys understand a couple of key things, and I'll say 2 of them right now. They both come from the same place, even though they're going to sound a little different. If your attention and your intention are on becoming the best at this every day, then you are going to be looking for reasons and whys and hows, and questions will come that didn't otherwise come. That thoughts will get thunked that wouldn't have otherwise got thunked. I don't even know if thunk's a word. But attention and intention will bring these things to the light in the present moment. Without it, with floating through and just letting stuff happen to you or thinking it's not me or it's another thing, you never even realize or see the things that you're supposed to see. No judgment. It's just facts that will help you. The other one is, there isn't a person that has ever worked here that has taken exactly what and I say I don't like using I, but for this, that's what I mean, they're going to sound different. Exactly what I say. I'm going to be literal with Andrew. I'm going to be real literal. Andrew, I'm going to do exactly what you say, which by extension is what Mo says, Angela says, some of the other guys have been here a while typically do. Not one person has failed that has done that. There's some people that aren't here anymore for various reasons, but not one person has failed that has done the exact literal thing. And that doesn't just mean the words on the page. That's what we're talking about in here. When we're smiling, when we're thinking about what we think about, when we are aware that our attitude is the only thing in our life that we control. To me, that is a beautiful, there's so much shit going on. And if I can only control what I can control and I'm supposed to forget about everything that I can't, it sure is nice that there's only one thing that I control 100% of the time. And that's how I think about whatever happens. It's very empowering once you start to take that power, put your attention and your intention on the fact that you're in control of what you think about. Because then it all gets just beautiful. It's a scavenger hunt game of life. Let them shoes getting. Placement and persistency topics and agency block. We're going to be going over Mo has a little training with you guys tomorrow, so just let this hit your brain right now. It's not important that you know all the details because you're going to get it a little bit more. But it is important, other guys, that we do know some of these details. And with Angela and Ashley and the placement and persistency stuff, right, they're moving through and trying to get as much in place and in force as they can, doing their best to save what they can. But at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your deals, right? So when I'm talking about attention and intention, are we pulling up our agency block policy list, going by effective date, right? And once or twice a week going through every single thing, right? Knowing that prosperity on that first date is probably going to be 4 or 5 days out, but I'm still checking. It's the first. And I haven't seen commission on that one deal that's right there because I'm looking at it. I'm not having to remember. It's right there. And my attention and my intention is on my money, so I'm checking it. Or maybe it looks weird. You don't even know if it's funded. I don't know what to do. Let's take the name and put it over in the policies list. Let's check the notes. Maybe Angela's got a thing. Maybe it got lost in the shuffle and it's something that you just worked 2 hours to get done, and because you're paying attention, you were able to, boom, get paid for it. Okay? Now, a lot of that has to do with us, too, and getting better. So one of those things, for example, that I realized this morning doesn't really make sense because I don't know that we've ever talked about it. In the policy page, when a commission gets paid, right, which is when you guys get paid, all right, commission goes through, it's marked an agency block, I go to do payroll, and I'm pulling what's been paid. On the policy page, when you click on it, there is a box that says project code. Has anybody seen that box?
Yes.
That box is how many commissions have been successfully paid. So on the topic of our paychecks, immediately, what's the most important one to see in that box? Okay? So I'm looking at my effective dates. A few days have gone by, and I'm clicking through them. It might say active. Active is great, but active just means we've done everything and it's set up, right? It's issued and in force. Doesn't mean that it's necessarily paid its first premium yet. So if we're just clicking through because we want our attention and our intention to be in our money, our business, so that we see the field that's in front of us so we can play the game at the highest level. And I got 2 or 3 deals on the first, and now it's the 10th, and that project code box is empty. It's going to throw up a red flag. Now, here's another very important thing to remember. Ashley's taken in these commission reports, which, by the way, aren't just first commissions. It's all the biz we've ever written going all the way back 3 years. So some days, it's 7, 8, 9, 10 pages of right? If a deal is supposed to fund on the first, then it gets sent out to fund, and it comes back as insufficient funds, guess where that deal never shows up? On the commission report. Ashley doesn't even know it exists in her world, which means there's a high likelihood that Angela never even sees it or knows it exists in that world, which means we got to be aware of those first policies immediately that don't fund. And the only way to know it, because it takes 3 or 4 days for prosperity on that first one to go through, is to be checking every day. Now, it's the first, and today's the 10th. You know what? Let's say it's the 2nd. It's the day after. I'm checking it. I understand prosperity probably hadn't paid the commission yet. I understand the box is going to be empty. But just because I'm thorough and I'm putting my attention and my intention on my money, I'm going to take that name over to Prosperity Portal and I'm going to pop it in the policies page. Because when I do that and I click the policy number, it's going to bring that policy up. At the bottom of the page, you're going to see that 2 days previous to the effective date, Prosperity submitted for funding. But now we're checking it a couple days after that, and we see return for insufficient funds. You could catch it then, or you could catch it 7 days from now. Where's the likelihood of success on getting that in force and going? The closer to the day, right? The closer to the time. The only way we know that is if we're on top of our stuff. We're being thorough. We're getting in the building with the intention and the intention of making money and being great and creating our future. It's not just about here or today or this thing. All of you are capable of great things, and it may not even be at this biz, but those things won't materialize unless we're doing the work today, unless we're getting better today, unless future selves pop in their head and at you and say, ooh, I feel myself getting better. It only happens by doing these things, asking the questions, thinking the thoughts that don't get thumped and don't get asked if we're not aware and our attention and our intention isn't on that detail. You guys got great resources around you in terms of experience. If you need to know something about, we have the group chat, and you guys are doing a great job on that, but final expense question in terms of what's what and where should I go with it, I'm coming to Nelson. Really, any of you guys, I'm picking Nelson out because he's done it even longer than any of these guys. There may be a medication that Kenny hadn't heard of before. Probably not. There might be. Chances are Nelson's heard about it. Right? Chances are Nelson's going to be able to say, here, go there, go here. Cool, gotcha. Right? Staying on top of your biz. Kenny has always been the most thorough and consistent at staying on top of what he writes. He understands it's not easy. Everybody be doing it if it was easy. Right? 90-second pitch on the call center side. We have a bunch of jabronis over here. It's not the case. You guys are licensed life insurance agents, changing people's lives. It takes energy and effort and emotion to connect, to do that. Kenny's aware of that, and he's making sure that he's on top of his shit. He's making notes, not for me, for him. So that he remembers when he comes back what he did. Right? He's not doing it because Andrew would like to see notes, and he's doing it for him. And that's what you should be doing it for. I'm doing this meeting for you. When I say do exactly what I say, it's not because I think I'm cool, although I do, side note. It's because I know it's going to help you. Right? I know it's going to help you guys get better, and it's going to take stress and pressure off of you. Make sense? Without awareness, without intention, without being on getting better every day and making money and learning, we don't even think of the things we didn't know we were going to think of. I hadn't thought about, oh my God, I don't know if we've ever talked about project codes and what they mean. Shit. But Ansel's attention and awareness this morning and the questions he was asking about how I get better made me say, damn. It doesn't say premiums, right? It says project code. I gotta get better. It made me think of a thing that hopefully will help us stay on top of our biz. Everything gets easier when you put your attention and your focus on it. And try it out. Don't listen or believe anything that I say. Try it out. Give it a go. And then decide for yourself if I'm full of shit or not. Right? I don't want you to believe anything I say just because I say it. I want you to go do it and then decide for yourself what's what. I think that's it, Mo. I don't usually stop that abruptly like that, but I feel like that.
No. There must be more. It would not be
I mean, I could think of something.
Oh, yeah.
So the reason I bring this stuff up about agency block, and this will be it, is because as we get bigger and as we move through things, like doing payroll, when it was 3 people, I could go through each individual person's deals, look and make sure. Cross-check over here. Oh, they forgot to put that in, but I'll put it in for them, make sure they get paid. And I still, for the most part, do my best to do that. And if you guys know, if I mess something up or I miss something, I'm usually getting it in time for that check. But that's not the point. The point is attention to detail and being on top of your own stuff so that you set yourself up to be aware of what's going on so that there's never a question about getting paid. It's only a question of how much more I'm going to get paid. A couple things that will trip you up on that. Not putting the account type in. Okay? That's part of the criteria in which I run deals to do payroll. So if there's no account type, My report says pull everything where the account type field is not empty. So if it is empty, there may have been a project code 1 on that deal. Commission went through. You should be getting paid. But in my report that pulls up, that deal doesn't exist because there's no account type entered, right? And it's little things that we want to go back and make sure we're being thorough on, but it all adds and builds to us becoming great insurance agents and great salespeople that add value everywhere we go. Kenny Rios, what do you got?
Not much.
You wrote 2 policies, 3 billables yesterday. That's not bad. Yeah, see, greatness. Most of the time. Nelson, you didn't even have a billable call yesterday. You got a policy. How the shit that happened? I'm just playing. You guys know how that happens. I bring it up for a reason, right? It's making your callbacks, doing anything. Have a day where you come in and be like, ooh, I got a whole bunch of stuff to move through. And by the end of the day, you got a deal or 2 and you haven't even taken a call. It's not, that's efficiency, right? Guys, that's it. We got haves and have-nots right now. There shouldn't ever be haves and have-nots. It should only be haves. You do all of the things the exact way we're saying it, not because we say it, but because it's what we do. You will write 6 or 7 grand of AEP on your bad weeks, on your off weeks. If it's every day, if it's the same every day, getting up in the morning, feeling good, maybe drinking some water. I don't know what it is for you. Getting in at a time that gives you enough time to get settled and right. Having a plan of action when we go out there on the floor. What's it going to be? You make recommendations. I don't know what it is for you other than executing every day. Same. All of a sudden, your low weeks are 6 and 7 grand. Your high weeks are 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The only thing that can stop that is not doing exactly what we say together, or not showing up, mentally or physically. Those are the only things that can take that away from you. So give yourself the gift of better paychecks and fun. Sounds like a good marketing slogan. Give yourself the gifts of better paychecks and fun. What else? Anybody got anything for me?
Speaking of gifts,
Yeah.
I do have something for you.
Oh, man. Hannah, you go first. So.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Andrew. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to have to start with a speech. Thank you. This looks delicious. I don't know what it is, but it looks delicious.
Open your card.
Now no one can eat it because you blew on it.
Right.
I do nothing by accident.
Give it a one straw.
I can't. I don't spit.
I noticed you were careful.
Thank you. See,
I did.
vegetables because of the people garden. Nice rotation tank. Thank you, guys. You didn't have to actually thank you. Anybody ever been to that
That's
sensory
actually just
deprivation?
printed. There's nothing valuable.
I'm gonna go to this place, Sacred Floats, and be like, sir, that's a Word document.
Okay, so that's not your only gift. Your real gift is there's a combination of words, phrases, thoughts, and things that individually everyone submitted so that we could create something beautiful for you. So, I hope you guys all like it.
Asshole. Doesn't shut up. I'm saying the same things.
Are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
There once was a man who I'm told was an athlete competing for gold. He used to be 40, but then he turned 40. And now he's just lonely and old.
I thought this was supposed to be uplifting. Thank you.
Okay, so Let's take a minute and think a thought. How long do we seek before we too are sought? The world is your oyster. It is you. Let me start over because I'm not doing this justice and everybody did a very good job. So
Quit letting everybody down.
I know.
Use your finger if you need.
No, maybe I should. So let's take a minute and think a thought. How long do we seek before we too are sought? The world is your oyster. It is up to you to find the pearls, which should make you wonder far beyond the world. Have I lived enough? Have I loved enough? Have I come to any conclusions? Have I experienced happiness? Have I shown gratitude? Or has life been an illusion? I decided to take a step, stepping into the garden. The gardener, said to be a simple man, is tending to his people, the roses. And they rose and will continue to rise from all the knowledge he imposes. Can you imagine? Let me paint a picture. Connected with bare feet on the edge of the river, staff in hand with wise words he's to deliver. Give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat forever. Let's move on up and keep moving. He often sings, fish don't fry in the kitchen, beans don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up that hill. So I will try and keep trying. For when I look in the mirror, I too see greatness, for I am my brother's keeper. Then I step back, but look even deeper. It's always the badly dressed people who are the most interesting, they say. And this one hollered about crystals until curiosity made them all come his way. And when they did, they realized he perfected a process. And about that, he does not play. A true leader is one that reigns supreme, one that exudes charisma, mentors, and empowers their team. Thanks for teaching us how to harness positive energy as we move forward towards our dreams. Together, we do this as one. Trust this process. I promise it's fun. A wizard you are with your magical ways, so handsome and charming. At least that's what you say. So, to keep this simple and tie up this rhyme, Mitch better have my talk time. Rain, sleet, or snow, not half, not some, but all my talk time. Or Mitch, you gotta go. Thank you for paving the path with such energy and passion. We see how much it takes. Thank you for all the opportunities for greatness. Andrew, you are great. Greatness is not a destination. It is a journey we choose to move on daily. And if you have greatness in your heart,
You guys would have let me know that we could skip that whole meeting. Forget about all the stuff I said before. Thank you. That was, thank you. That was very, I don't know that I've ever gotten a more meaningful gift than that. So I'm very, very grateful for you guys and do my best to never let any of you down. All right? Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll send you the email with all their individual pieces so you can know who to thank and
Don't do that. Fire.
All right. Thank you, man.
Kick butt today, guys.